Melo to the Blazers is picking up a lot of steam right now, honestly, because they don't think they're gonna. Like I talked about this earlier, Melo to the Rockets. The likeliness of this happening is very, very low because Ryan Anderson, nobody's gonna take his contract, and if there's a third team dumb enough to take his contract, jeez. But yeah, the Knicks said he's probably gonna be in at training camp on Monday, but the Trailblazers do have a chance because they could probably put together a package with some young players, some draft picks, and something there. And Carmelo said he'd be open to letting go of that trade clause if he goes to the Trailblazers. Just think about that team. CJ, Dame, Carmelo. Like, that's a legit team. I mean, it'd be a team that doesn't play any defense because Dame and CJ already don't play defense for shit. But they'd be a pretty great team. I mean, I don't know about you, but the Trailblazers, I feel like the Trailblazers are like one or two players away. And some defensive players away, obviously, but that's nuts. I feel like if Carmelo goes to the Blazers, that'd be some real fireworks. But I think he'll go to training camp on Monday is my guess. But Melo to the Blazers, it could happen because the thing is, everyone's getting fed up now. Even Carmelo's getting fed up now, but because he doesn't want to have to sit up here and say, "I don't want to be on the Knicks." And then they keeping him on the Knicks. He's mad. He's verbally mad. He's physically mad, and you can see it. Like training camp hasn't started, but once everybody starts to see they've seen Hoodie Melo at the park, right? Like Hoodie Melo is going off. I feel like Hoodie Melo has like a thing to prove, right? Honestly, I love Hoodie Melo because he's the best thing ever. But I don't know. Like I just feel like Melo to the Blazers is just a likelihood right now because all the heat happening. There's so much heat right now in the Knicks organization. And they keep firing people and doing this and doing that. They're just doing unnecessary bullshit. I feel like Carmelo's getting fed up. He's like, nah. He's like, nah, I can't deal with this anymore because my career is ending and you guys are making me go through this BS. But yeah, I should have done a no trade clause so they could just trade him and he wouldn't have to say anything. You know what I mean? That trade clause fucks it over because not only does he have to say yes, now they have to try and find a player. See, the funny part about this is Phil Jackson has devalued Carmelo Anthony, a superstar. So now everyone's putting Carmelo Anthony down, but he's still an NBA superstar in my eyes. He's a premier scorer that's still really, really, really good and in his high prime. So I don't understand it when people say, "Oh, well, Carmelo's on the decline, bro." Nah, Carmelo is up there right now. Carmelo is still playing well at a high level. So here's the thing. If he goes to the Blazers in the Western Conference is like, see, you got the Blazers and all the other competition, but here's the problem here. The trade clause is the fuckaroo in all of this. If Carmelo doesn't like the trade, he doesn't have to take it. So that's why they've been trying to find teams that he wants to go to. But he only wants to go to the Rockets, or now he doesn't mind a trade to the Blazers because now he's getting kind of desperate. He's like, oh. But honestly, I do think there's a fifth. This is 75-25 on this. I think there's a 25% Melo goes to the Blazers. I think there's a 75% he returns to training camp on Monday. The reason why I think he's returning to training camp, even though I do kind of think he's going to the Blazers too, is because I think that the Knicks have realized that it's already been too long. Everybody already knows that we've devalued him. We can't trade him to somebody now because nobody's going to give up young assets or young pieces for a player who's they think is going to be declining in 4 or 5 years. So they can develop a player in those 4 or 5 years and become better with him instead of getting Carmelo. So I feel like those players and those teams are just like, nah, we want to back off. So you get these old teams like the Rockets who already have Chris Paul, who's not declining, but he's getting older as well. And, I still like Chris Paul. I don't understand why people like, Chris Paul's not that elite anymore. Yeah, he is. He's very elite. It's just that this new, wave of point guards with Steph Curry and all these people, they make all these people look old, but they're still good because they're traditional. You know what I mean? I mean, traditional's not always good, but I honestly do think Melo to the Blazers could happen because of how fed up he's getting. But I just don't see the Knicks being able to pull the trigger. See, there are a lot of components to this, and I feel like for all of them to work out and for Melo to leave, it just won't happen this year. It could see. I always say this about trades. You always have to watch the February deadline because before the summer, that doesn't really matter. That February deadline is when most things happen and when most news come out. Like last year, nothing really happened at the February deadline. But there were a lot of rumors. Like the Pacers almost gave up Paul George to the Nuggets. I mean, honestly, the Pacers should have done that trade to the Nuggets because they would have gotten a lot of assets. And instead, they settled for Sabonis. They really didn't want to send him west. I think that's why they didn't send him to the Lakers. Lakers were ready to give up that pick who was Kyle Kuzma. Hopefully, he develops for Utah product he is. Nice, but yeah, I think there's more of a chance Melo returns to training camp on Monday rather than getting traded, But it's a pity for him. Great talent, but he's getting wasted on the Knicks right now. Ugh.